Featuring the visitors, please welcome the Ontario Tigers. And the home team, Yo Baker Bulldog. Please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem, performed by Baker Bulldog Band. Baker Bulldog Band, I'd like to thank all first responders tonight, and particularly Baker Fire Department for raising Old Glory for us tonight. Now let's meet tonight's starters. First, the Ontario offense. Junior, number 0, Alex Nunez. Senior, number 4, Ethan Calderon. Sophomore, number 6, Braden Martinez. Senior, number 8, Rodriguez. Senior, number 9, Jay Martinez. Senior, number 22, Christian Grijalva. Senior, number 50, Preston Shepard. Senior, number 52, Abel Perez. Senior, number 53, Carlos Lumbreras. Junior, number 59, Gusto Perez. And senior, number 60, Raul Macias. The Tigers are coached by Greg Simmons. In the name of brotherhood and a dedication to Team First, I present to you en masse your Baker Bulldog.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and fellow football fans. I want to welcome you to Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium for homecoming night here for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs here are taking on Ontario in their third league match of the year. Both of these teams coming in, struggling a little bit with 1-5 records, both 0-2 in league. For the Bulldogs, you'll notice a few different things here. They're down quite a few players due to injury, most notably quarterback Jake McClory, who had a broken arm in the Pendleton game, and last week Rashawn Jones suffered a shoulder separation, which will put him out for the rest of the season. He is expected to be back for basketball season, so if you're a Bulldog fan out there, we will see him on the hardwood coming up this winter. But obviously crushing for this Bulldog team to lose both their starting quarterback and all-state wide receiver in Rashawn Jones. So they're going to be looking to play a little bit of team ball here, whereas Ontario, they've slowly been making progress over the last few years. Maybe 3-4 years ago, they were kind of struggling a bit. Over the last 4 years, though, they've really started to get their act together. Although their record is 1-5, I don't think that really reflects the quality of the team. They've lost a number of high-scoring games, so you know they're capable of putting some offense on the board, and we'll get to some keys to the game here shortly. But as you can take a look, we are about ready to kick off here for homecoming night. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be Alex Crawford and Gavin Combs deep to receive. Kicking for Ontario is going to be Zach Bolin. By Combs at about his 12. Got a little bit of room here. Some blocks, makes a man miss going up the sideline. He's going to be out of bounds about the 42-yard line. Nice little return there for Combs, setting the Bulldogs up in good field position for their first drive. So the Bulldogs are going to be led by quarterback Tucker Reed, the freshman. However, even though I say he's a freshman, don't mistake his arm strength for that of a normal freshman. This kid can throw, no doubt. I'm just kind of watching him in practice and in warm-ups. You can see he's not afraid to stretch the field and throw it deep. So got a great arm. I think for him, accuracy is going to be the key. Let's see what the Bulldogs decide to do here. Standard 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Sullivan in captain for the Bulldogs. Tucker's going to throw it on first down, looking across the middle, in and out of the hands of Maldonado. So first pass is going to be incomplete, and even if he had caught it, probably only picking up about 2 yards there. But a good start there for the Bulldogs. Again, like I mentioned, Reed, the freshman, this isn't his first action. He started against LeGrand, which was last week. Took a series off, and the one series where Jones was in at quarterback was the series that he separated his shoulder. So Reed played versus Pendleton in the second half. He played most of the LeGrand game, getting a lot more comfortable here. All right, Jimmy Sullivan, the senior running back, gets the handoff, going to be dropped behind the line for a loss of 2, which means we'll have 3rd and 12 on the Bulldogs' first possession.
3rd and 12.
Both of these teams staples of the Greater Oregon League over the last few decades. Currently, just to give you a little comparison here, the Ontario enrollment at their high school is 656. The Bulldogs at about 503. All right, so 3rd and 12 here coming up. Reed dropping back, looking up, and going to be intercepted. Looking for Maldonado there. The ball just got a little high on him. The Tigers had some little pressure in the backfield, forced Reed to throw off his back foot, and that was the difference. So a great little interception there by the Tigers will put them in field goal range, or not field goal range, but good field position. You can see here Reed, the pressure forces him to throw off his back foot, and I didn't get the number there. It looks like 17. Okay, I want to make sure I give that guy some credit. So number 17 for Ontario, Zach Bolin, not only does the kicking duties apparently, but happy to intercept Reed on the first drive. All right, Ontario, they're going to spread it out. 4 wide receivers, man in motion. They're going to hand it off up the middle, try and bounce it outside. Good pursuit by the Bulldogs. Looks like Churchfield and Entrican there for the tackle. Brought down there, number 9. Sit here. Bounce it out for Ontario there. Again, Jay Martinez, the running back there. The Ontario Tigers are led by their senior quarterback, Diego Rodriguez. He's in the shotgun right now, looking right, going to throw short, got a man. Picks up another 5 yards after the catch. He's down to the 40. That'll be enough for a first down, Tigers. Take a look on the replay. He's just going to run a short little 5-yard hook. Hits him, picks up another 5 yards as well. And that's going to be one of their receivers, number 0, Alex Nunez. He's a junior receiver here for the Tigers. He's at the bottom of the screen currently. But Rodriguez, the quarterback, he's in the backfield. Bunch of options, looking deep. He's got a man. Is he going to pick it up? Got it. Yes, sir. And in for the touchdown. That is going to be number 6, his main man, Braden Martinez, the sophomore for the Tigers. Great little play design there. Have their outside Nunez receiver kind of cutting in, bringing the corner and the safety down a little bit on that, and they snuck Martinez there down the sideline. He kind of came to the sideline and went up. Created a nice little hole with the in cut there by the wide receiver. So nice play call there, play design by the Tigers.
Zach Bolin set to kick for the Tigers.
The man with the interception, Bolin, looks to put the PAT through. A little bit of a rough hold, but looks up and good, absolutely. So our first score on the board with 10:17 left. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back after this. All right, so we'll see what the Bulldogs can do here on their second possession. Again, Martinez probably about the 40-yard touchdown reception there thrown by Rodriguez to put the Tigers on the board first. We'll see what they elect to do here. As the Tigers are getting set to go on defense, it's kind of their defensive key of the game for me that I'm kind of seeing is making sure that they're wrapping up and tackling. Bulldogs probably not going to have their usual explosive offense, so the Tigers really don't want to give up any big plays unnecessarily. Crawford got the return here, though, trying to make a man miss. Breaks one tackle before he's brought down by a host of Tigers around the 21, maybe the 22-yard line for the Bulldogs. So they'll start 1st and 10, their own 22.
Tackled by Seth Iwasa.
First possession lasted 3 plays. They had an incomplete pass, a run up the middle for a loss of 2, and then we saw Reed a little bit high on the crossing pattern resulting in the interception. So, see what the Bulldogs elect to do here on their second possession. In the backfield is number 34, big senior captain Jimmy Sullivan. He's the running back. Near side of the screen is going to be Gavin Combs. Andy Richards is going to be the tight end for the Bulldogs this week. Oh, nice little pass there to Combs from Reed. Combs starting out hot. He's also had the nice return on the opening kickoff. Picks up, looks like enough for a first down. Are they going to waiting for the chains? Yes, they're going to give him the first down. So, first down for the Bulldogs there. Nice little pass and catch. Reed to Combs. Freshman to sophomore. You notice I mentioned Richards at the tight end. The Bulldogs' other tight end, Connor Martin, separated his shoulder during the Pendleton game. He is still out. John Garcia, the wide receiver, who also was injured in the Pendleton game, is out. The Bulldogs try and throw a little wide receiver screen there, but it's dropped. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. In addition to those individuals that I have mentioned who have been out, they're also down to one lineman, Otis Young, who also does their punting for concussion, and Braden Anderson, also with a concussion, who may be back. They weren't quite sure if he was going to be ready, but we'll see if we see him out there. So, 2nd and 10. Reed going to hand it off to Sullivan. Not a lot of room there. Tigers get some good penetration there and ended up being tackled there by number 50, Preston Shepard. Senior lineman, plays both D-line and offensive line for the Tigers. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 14. As I mentioned, Reed's arm strength is not going to be an issue. For him, probably just accuracy and comfortableness. I mean, he's never even played in last year he was playing 8th grade football, and here he is starting the homecoming night for some varsity action. But we'll look and see if he can hit somebody up the seam, maybe pick up a first down here. Going to throw an out to Combs, just out of his reach. Incomplete pass will bring up 4th down, and I imagine the Bulldogs will punt. Oh, is there a flag down that I didn't see? Officials are talking here. I don't see a flag.
Line warning on Ontario.
Okay, so just a sideline warning there on versus Ontario. So it will bring up 4th and 14. Bulldogs are going to punt. Interestingly enough, the guy doing the kicking for the Tigers, number 17, Zach Bolin, also deep to receive for the Tigers.
Set to punt for the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be Quinn Wellman deep to punt for the Bulldogs. Another one of the jobs Jones used to handle was the punting. Wellman, though, gets it off. Not too bad. Kicks it up. We'll see. Gets a little Bulldog bounce. They'll let it roll and touch it at about the 40. So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their 40. Be right back after this. That's running back Jay Martinez, the senior for the Tigers. Nope, they are going to give him 9. Okay, so it is going to be 2nd and 1 coming up here. Again, still 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, the second possession for the Tigers. Handing it off up the middle again. They're definitely going to have enough for the first down. Picks up about 4. Down to about the 45.5 of the Bulldogs. Again, that's Martinez, the ball carrier for the Tigers. For the Bulldogs, defense, kind of a main key for them, as we've sort of seen all year, is to limit the run. If they can kind of limit the run and force the Tigers to pass, maybe they can get an interception or two, make some plays there. Sullivan does a nice job holding Martinez up, waiting for Maldonado to come, and he cleans it up. So combo there, Sullivan-Maldonado, bring Martinez down after a gain of 2.
Excuse me, 2nd and 8.
So the Tigers will come out 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end. Martinez in the backfield with Rodriguez. 2nd and 8. Gets a call from the sideline, makes a quick adjustment. Looking for a quick pass. Going to dump it off to the tight end there. Number 22 brought down after a couple people there by Crawford and Combs making the tackle on Christian Grijalva. He is going to be the tight end, the primary tight end for the Tigers. So that'll bring up 3rd and 2, about a 6-yard gain. If you're the Bulldogs here, you'd love to get some pressure. See if you could take them down in the backfield. Otherwise, this is probably 4-down territory for the Tigers. They're going to bring a man in motion. That's Nunez in motion. They're just going to hand it off to Martinez, though, and he's got enough for the first down. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 yards. Down to the Bulldog 33. If you're just tuning in, it is homecoming night tonight here at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. Rather large crowd. You got the smell of Barbecue burgers in the air. You got to love it. Ooh, right. Rodriguez going to drop off. Ooh, nice pass there. Real nice pass by by Rodriguez to hit Nunez there. They got a flag down. Probably going to be a late hit. Great ball there by Rodriguez, though. Saw Nunez make the break. Had the separation. Laid it out there. Nice pass and catch. So it is going to be, looks like, a personal foul late hit on the Bulldogs. Which will be half the distance to the goal.
Late hit out of bounds against the defense. 15 yards, half the distance to the goal.
So the ball was out, I believe. Well, we'll see where they end up deciding to put it down. Looks like about the 8.
First in goal, Tigers.
Maybe the 9. So that'll bring up first and goal for the Tigers, looking to punch in their second score of the game. 3 wide receivers, Martinez in the back. We've got a flag before the play. Going to be an offsides on the offense. Offsides on the offense. And again, if you're kind of confused on that, that would just mean that a lineman lined up in front of the ball, ahead of the center. So the 5-yard penalty will move the Tigers back to, I believe, the 13, it looks like. So first and goal for them. Once again, the 3 wide receiver set. At the bottom of the screen, you got the gentleman who caught the deep touchdown pass, Martinez. 6 there, you'll see. In the slot is their speedy, kind of shifty wide receiver, Nunez. They're both making their way. Look like we're switching the field. So they're both going to the top of the screen. At the bottom is going to be number 4, who's Ethan Calderon. So we'll see what the Tigers elect to do here. Going to hand it up to Martinez. Not much room there. The Bulldogs, great job. That's what I'm talking about with the keys to the game for the Bulldogs. Just a gain of 1 there. If you can force Ontario to throw the ball, get some incompletions, put them behind the sticks.
Second and goal from the
Kind of make them earn it a little bit here. But picks up 1, so second and goal from the 12 for the Tigers. Martinez, the bottom of the screen. Nunez in the slot. Other Martinez is the running back. Oh, he's got a man over the middle. And got him. Rodriguez to Calderon. Touchdown, Tigers on the 15-yard post. Take a little look here. Again, you can see him coming across the middle. Nice pass. Throws it up high so it can't get picked off there. Great throw and catch. Rodriguez to Calderon. So Rodriguez, second touchdown pass of the night. He had 1 for 40 yards to start, and this for 12.
Zach Boland set to kick for the Tigers.
Tigers kick is up and good. No problem. So, Tigers take a 14-0 lead. We will be right back after this.
Welcome to Creating Memories for Disabled Children at beautiful Wallowa Lake, Oregon. Over the years, we have offered families of children with disabilities a free vacation at our beautiful camp properties. At Creating Memories, these families are able to relax in the knowledge that their child is loved and that their efforts are seen. We are Creating Memories for Disabled Children, and our mission is to do just that.
All right, so as these teams are getting set for our, third kickoff here, the Bulldogs' third position, I want to highlight one of our amazing sponsors. EO Alive is thankful for Hobby Habit in LeGrand right now. You can get Traxxas RC cars. They're hot. You can buy 2 Traxxas TRX4 MTs for $300. That's $100 off. Or buy a Traxxas BL2 and you get an $80 LiPo battery and USB charger for free. You got to check them out. Even if you're not into RC cars, they got something for everyone. They're at 411 First Street in LeGrand. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it.
Touchback, Bulldogs ball.
All right, so the Bulldogs, it'll be the touchback, which means they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 20. Again, we're really thankful to be able to offer all the Baker Bulldog home games along with the Pendleton and LeGrand home games broadcast right here. And the reason why we can do it are these sponsors. They are the ones that say, you know what, we want to help these schools, these kids out, put them online, make sure their family members across Oregon, across the country, maybe even internationally, can tune in and watch. And the kids love it. They talk to me in school about being able to go back and watch the broadcast, so it makes them feel great. But anyway, Bulldogs' first play here, 1st and 10, is going to be another drop on a little 3-yard slant there. Reed was looking for Combs. Again, if you're just joining us as well, the Bulldogs out a slew of players for this game. Most notably, their starting quarterback, Jake McClary, as well as the All-State receiver, Rashawn Jones. So, along with their starting tight end, another starting wide receiver, and a couple people on the line. So for the Bulldogs, points are going to be a premium this week. We'll see what they'd like to do. Reed, little rollout. Again, just a little bit high there, looking for Maldonado.
This is incomplete. 3rd and 10.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Come out their usual 3 wide receiver set. Sullivan in the backfield with Reed. Gonna roll to his right. See if he can hit Churchfield here. Just a little high again.
This is incomplete.
Had a little step there, had him open, but just probably about 2 or 3 feet over the head. You can see Churchfield coming up the sideline here, makes a quick stop. Reed sees him. We got him just a little over his head there. So that'll bring up 4th and 10. The Bulldogs setting up in punt formation. Wellman to kick. Bolin returning for the Tigers. Wellman's kick looks like it was blocked or missed, and it's going to be recovered by the Tigers at the 15. Couldn't quite see what happened there, but either it was blocked or the kick went flat. Again, Jones, the normal punter for the Bulldogs, so Wellman stepping in an emergency here. Doesn't quite work out, so the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their 15. As I just mentioned, the Bulldogs' slew of injuries. They were actually forced to cancel the remaining of the schedule for the JV team. So the JV team season is over, although some of them are suited up, unlikely to play, however. But the Tigers wasting no time getting Martinez the ball all the way down to the 1. It did come out. Not sure if they're going to rule him down or going to rule it a turnover. Let's see. The Bulldogs are all saying it should be their ball. It looks like, yep, the white hat gives the official signal. So the Bulldogs pick up a turnover on the goal line. Maybe this is just what they need to kind of spark their offense here.
Super secret fumble. Nobody saw it up here.
So Martinez broke a nice run, and as he's fighting to extra yardage to get into the end zone, ball gets knocked out, recovered by the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the 1. So a little bit of a dangerous spot here if you're the Bulldogs offense, especially given how the Tigers have been able to get some penetration on the run. They might just want to throw like a quick screen, see if they can get out. We'll see what they elect to do. They elect to hand it off. Sullivan's trying to make a hole. He finds some nice job there. He's able to pick up a 1.
Giving Sullivan the ball carrier.
Give him a little bit more room. Anytime you get possession inside your own 5, the real goal is at least 1 first down. If you can get 2, that's considered kind of a good drive considering where you start. At least kind of help flip the field a little bit. But we'll see the Bulldogs 2nd and 8 here. Empty backfield, and we got a whistle by a ref.
Timeout.
Looks like we got a timeout, Baker. All right, so timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be right back here as the Tigers are up 14-0, but Bulldogs with possession. All right, so we are back out of the Bulldogs' timeout, their first of the half. They got possession, 2nd and 9, but they're at their own 2. We'll see what they decide to drop out of the timeout. You got Hayden Churchfield, the wide receiver on the near side of the screen. In the slot, looks like you got Alex Brown, and up top, looks like it's either Crawford or Combs or Maldonado. Looks like you're going to run a quick out and up here to Churchfield. Love the idea, just didn't quite connect. So you can see they're trying to run a little out and up for Churchfield. Once again, the arm strength for Reed, not the issue. But that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from their own 2.
We have illegal procedure on Baker. We'll go half the distance to the goal.
Okay, so there was a flag I didn't see. My apologies there. It was illegal formation. However, I think it's going to be declined by Ontario and make it 3rd and 9 instead of 2nd and 10. But we'll see.
Penalty was declined.
Yeah, so they are going to decline the penalty. Just bring up 3rd and 9 here. So we'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do. Maybe a little quarterback keep here, something, try and get a little bit of yards, but... Okay, a little end around here to Crawford. He gets a little bit of room there, and he's out to about the 5-yard line before he's brought down by the Tigers there. Nunez combines with Shepard to make the tackle for the Tigers. So that'll bring up 4th and 7 or 6, a long 6. And the Bulldogs, I believe, are going to send out the punt team. Yep, going to send out the punt team. We'll see how this one goes compared to the last one they had a little bit of trouble with. Going to bring in some extra protection here for Wellman making the kick. Gets this one off. Nice kick in the air. Going to be caught there by Bolin, who makes a few people miss, or tries to make somebody miss, but then he's going to be brought down by Churchfield at the 30. Nice special teams play there by Hayden Churchfield. So the Tigers will take over. 1st and 10 on the 30. Just kind of a couple interesting notes here about both of these teams. They both kind of have a somewhat famous alumni that they consider. For the Tigers, you may have heard quarterback A.J. Feely, who went to the University of Oregon from 96 to 2000 and then spent 10 years in the pros. I believe he started for 1 or 2 of those years for maybe an injured... I'm not quite sure, but I know he's in the pros from 2001 to 2011, so he had a nice 10-year career there. We'll see what they elect to do here. 1st and 10, they're going to give it up to not Martinez this time. This is going to be Tavion Delgado. Tavion Delgado, a sophomore running back, gets the handoff. Going to be brought down in the backfield there, so a nice job by the Bulldogs limiting the first down gain. Ryan Janish, the one making the tackle for the Bulldogs, big 79 there. He's a senior, one of the captains. Also plays right tackle on offense. All right, Rodriguez, the quarterback, looking right. Throws short to Nunez, his slot receiver. Caught, but then brought down there. Nice job tackling. Looks like that was Brown on the coverage and tackle.
That's Nunez.
Oh, no, it's going to be Maldonado on the tackle. My mistake. So Daniel Maldonado making the tackle there in coverage. Going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Also could be 4-down territory. They're going to spread them out. 4 wide receiver set. 3 to the near side here. Looking right. Get some pressure. He's going to have to go right here now, making a lot of space along the sideline before he's brought down. I thought he might have stepped out, but guess not. Nice job there by Rodriguez, maintaining the sideline, brought down all the way to the 1. So you'll see here, Rodriguez looking left. I said right the first time, didn't see anything. Looked right, said, that's a lot of green grass. Took off, picks up not only the first down, but almost the touchdown. You see him balancing his way there along the sideline. So the Tigers will look for their 3rd score of the first quarter here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. In the backfield, that's Delgado with Rodriguez. High snap. Rodriguez is just going to have to keep him himself. Makes a man miss, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. So the 3rd touchdown for the Tigers. The 3rd for Rodriguez. 2 through the air. This one through on the ground. So the Tigers will look to add the PAT and make it 21 at the end of the first, or not the end of the first quarter, still 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Bowen set to kick.
Snap looks good, hold good, Boland's kick up and also good. So the Tigers will take a 21-0 lead here in the first quarter. We'll take a short break and be back for kickoff. All right, as Boland gets set to kick for the Tigers, got to tell you about a second one of our great sponsors here, located right in Baker City. It's Gray's West Funeral Home. Gray's West & Company, their Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. This is going to be Combs on the return. But they provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon our family. They're located right here in Baker City, 1500 Dewey Avenue, or you can give them a call at 541-523-3677, or visit them on the web at grayswestco.com. Again, another one of our great sponsors year after year, Gray's West Funeral. All right, so Combs' return sets the Bulldogs up 1st and 10 on the 27. This will be their fourth possession of the evening here. Reed, the quarterback. Churchfield on the near side. Maldonado in the top. Crawford in the slot. They're going to go speed option. Flag down, but Reed keep it. Picks up a nice 7-yard gain. We'll see what this flag is for, though. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. Okay, so legal formation there called on the Bulldogs. They didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. They probably had 6. You need to have 7. So just kind of a poor lining up of the formation there. Going to set the Bulldogs back 5 yards. It will remain first down. See what the Bulldogs elect to do here. At the top of the screen, you got Maldonado, then Brown in the slot. Richards, the tight end, and Churchfield, the bottom of the screen. Sullivan, the back. They're going to hand it off to him. He's got a nice little hole. See if he can get through there. He's able to pick up about 3 or 4 on the carry there for Sullivan. Talked a little bit about A.J. Feely, the main kind of alumni for the Tigers. For the Bulldogs, got to take you back a little bit longer for their most notable alumni. A gentleman by the name of Bob McKittrick. Bob McKittrick, a 5-time Super Bowl winning assistant coach in the NFL. He was an offensive lineman here in the late 50s, early 60s. We'll see what Reed elects to do here. Hard pass through the hands of Crawford, then also through the hands of the Tiger receiver. So that incompletion will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Back to the Bulldogs. alumni here. McKittrick was a lineman here in, like I said, the late 50s, early 60s. Went to OSU, played at OSU from 61 to 64, and then starting in 1971 began coaching in the NFL as an assistant coach. He coached really for 28 years until 1999. Won four of those Super Bowls as an assistant coach for the Niners in their heyday. So there we go. All right, Reed looking to throw to Richards. Going to be a bit high again.
Pass is incomplete.
See here, pass. Not a little bit over his head there, maybe a yard or two over. So the Bulldogs will set up punt formation again here. For the Tigers, once again, 17 Bolin deep to receive.
Set to kick for the Bulldogs. Win.
Wellman gets off a nice kick here, a little bit to the left. We'll see if they get a good bounce. A little bit of a bounce there, so it'll go out of bounds. And the Tigers will take over 1st and 10, I believe, at the Bulldog 45. Doesn't look like they're going to take a timeout, so we'll just keep it right here for now. Again, as I mentioned, both of these teams struggling a little bit record-wise, both coming in at 1-5 and 0-2 in league. The Bulldogs had a handful or a few close games that they ended up losing. Same goes for Ontario. Ontario, I believe, lost by about 10 to Ashland, which is typically a 5A school. They're playing down in the 4A this year, though, but they were able to put up some good points against them. So you know this team can score. But the handoff to Martinez there is going to be brought down in the backfield by Ryland Janis. Or it looks like they're going to mark him down right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll say 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers. Nunez in the slot here to the near side. Looks going to see he's going to just dump it to him. Yep, that looks like his kind of Wes Welker for Tom Brady receiver there, and they're able to pick up a solid 11 or 12 yards. Maybe looks like they're going to give him 12, so definitely enough for the first down. Again, just a little 5-yard out. They got their outside receiver Martinez going deep, takes the corner, and brings the safety help over with him. Then you got Nunez open in the short flat. So nice job there by Rodriguez. Noticing it's not open deep and taking what the defense gives them. All right, so 1st and 10, ball's at the 33. Rodriguez drops back. Looks like he was looking for a wide receiver screen. The Bulldogs had a nice job covering it, so he's going to scramble. He's also going to look to throw. Great little pass back to his running back, Martinez. It's going to pick up about 11 yards. A late flag is thrown, though, here. We'll see what that was. So, again, you can see they're trying to do the wide receiver screen. Covered nicely there by the Bulldogs. I believe that was number 23. I believe Connor is hurt, so maybe it wasn't 23. Might have been 20.
Eligible lineman downfield.
Okay, so the flag is going to be an illegal lineman downfield, which may tend to happen on those screens. They're expecting the ball to come out after about 2 or 3 seconds, so they're waiting a little bit, and then they're expecting the ball to come out and then moving upfield. Tends to happen on plays like that. We're moving back 5 yards. 1st and 15. Nunez here in the slot, nearest to us. They're just going to hit it off to Martinez up the middle. He's going to bounce it out to the right. Brought down there after about a gain of 8. So we're probably looking at a 2nd and 5. You'll see they'll hand it off to Martinez here.
And 5.
It is 23. So Martin is, I can see him kind of holding the shoulder there, but Connor Martin is playing. So it was him on the good coverage of the wide receiver screen. But they're handing it off to Martinez. He sees a hole and squirts up the middle for another solid gain of about 9.
First down, Tigers.
Brought down by Andy Richards for the Bulldogs, but that'll be enough for a first down, Ontario. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the cast, Ontario has been working the last few years to kind of really revamp this football program. You got to give some credit to their head coach, Greg Simmons, sticking with these guys, and he's really got them playing some good football here.
Injury
Looks like we got a
timeout.
quick injury here after the short gain of about 4. Yep, so they're going to take an injury timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back after a short break.
Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's 2 dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune in to AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodzy, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, so we are back here. Injured Tiger was able to walk off the field. I see him on the sideline there. Looks like he's going to be okay there, so good to see. Will bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. However, it looks like they're just going to let the clock run to the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, or maybe? Yeah, clock should be running. Just wanted to make sure they didn't call a timeout there. All right, so that is the end of the first quarter. The Tigers lead the Bulldogs here on homecoming night in Baker, 21-0. We'll take another short break and be back right after this.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. EO Live is your connection to Eastern Oregon. Tune in for a variety of engaging and relevant local content. See Brent and Dodzy goof and gab with local guests on EO Live's morning talk show, AM Live. Watch Dodzy on EO Live Sports to get the latest sports information and interviews with local coaches, athletes, and more. On EO Talks, we have intriguing and in-depth conversations with people from around Eastern Oregon. Master Chef Russ Gleason shares delicacies from his Golden Recipe book on cooking across the hall. Stay in the know about what's happening at the Sheriff's Office on Keeping It Clear with Cody Bowen. To stay in the loop on local arts and music events, catch the EOA Arts Update with Ricky Joe Hickey. We're available across the board, including Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Fire, and of course, our very own website, EOA.tv. We even have our own Roku channel with 24/7 live streaming content. You can also listen to our shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and many other popular podcast apps. EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon.
All right, back here to begin the second quarter. The Tigers are going to hand it off to Martinez on a 2nd and 7. He's going to pick up what looks like, it's going to be close, 6 or 7. I'm not quite sure if they're going to give him enough for the first down. Let's take a look here. Looks like they're going to make it 2nd and 1, or excuse me, 3rd and 1. Yep, so it's going to be 3rd and 1, ball at, I believe the 8, ball at the 7. There we go, okay. So 3rd and 1 for the Tigers, undoubtedly here probably 2 down territory, although they do have a good kicking game. So if they lose a few yards, they might put up a field goal. See what they like to do here. Rodriguez, the quarterback. Nunez, his kind of favorite receiver there in the slot, but they're just going to give it to Jay Martinez, number 9 there, and he's going to run it in untouched for the 4th Tiger touchdown of the night. Again, senior running back at Jay Martinez there. You're going to see he's going to hand it off, not see anything, makes a nice hop step, bounces it out to the left, and bingo. Touchdown number 4, his first of the night on a short 7-yard burst. So it looks like they're missing a left tackle. There he is, running in a little bit late. Perfect, gets it set. We'll see what the Tigers get the PAT here. Hold is good. Kick up and looks good. Yep. All right, so that'll put the Tigers up 28-0. Let's just keep it here. Let's talk about one of our good sponsors here. Just had a few commercials. We've got to hit up again. Let's talk about OTEC. We all kind of know OTEC, but they're friends at Oregon Trail Electric Co-op. They want to help power your future. That's right. Whether you're interested in becoming a lineman, learning a trade, or attending college, OTEC has scholarships which might be right for you. There's even a 4-year scholarship which pays for all tuition and fees at Eastern Oregon University. You can check out those scholarships and learn more. Visit otec.coop/scholarships to learn more. I know a handful of Bulldogs in past years have taken advantage of these OTEC scholarships, both for linemen and through EOU. So a big thanks for OTEC, not only their support in the scholarship world for these kids to pursue their future goals, but to help us here bring these broadcasts to you. So once again, a big thank you to OTEC. All right, so we're getting ready for a kick here. Bolin will be set to kick for the Tigers. For Baker, once again, Crawford and Combs deep to receive. A little confusion. Who's going to take the kick? They're going to see if it rolls into the end zone. It will for a touchback, so the Bulldogs will take it 1st and 10 on the 20. So far after one quarter, Bulldogs obviously struggling to move the ball. They have had some open receivers. I feel like if Reed can just kind of calm the nerves a little bit here, make sure he nice steps right at his target and follows through. Get a few short completions here, get a little bit rhythm. The Bulldogs come out in tight formation here. Going to roll right to Reed. Going to throw a nice little 5-yard out to Churchfield, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Short completions. Let's get him a little bit of confidence. Looks like we have an injured player for the Tigers on the line. Yeah. Okay, so we got an injured Tiger down. We'll go ahead and take a break here while that happens, and we'll be back.
Welcome to Creating Memories for Disabled Children at beautiful Wallowa Lake, Oregon. Over the years, we have offered families of children with disabilities a free vacation at our beautiful camp properties. At Creating Memories, these families are able to relax in the knowledge that their child is loved and that their efforts are seen. We are Creating Memories for Disabled Children, and our mission is to do just that.
Ontario player was helped to the sideline here. So 2nd and 2, the Bulldogs. Reed looks to throw just a bit high there for Crawford once again.
This is incomplete.
Again, just a little bit of pressure in Reed's face there, forcing him to kind of throw off his back foot, sending it a little bit high. So that'll bring up 3rd and 2 here for the Bulldogs on their own 28. All right, so the Bulldogs set up usual 3 wide receiver set. So I got Maldonado at the top of the screen, Brown in the slot, and Reed's going to, a little quarterback keeper, see if he can break through a tackle. Breaks 1 tackle, but hit solid, but that's not before he picks up, I believe, enough for the first down.
Tucker Reed, the ball carrier.
See what they elect to do. Again, Reed here does a nice job fighting through that little hole there. It is going to be a first down, so they're giving the first down. So first down, Bulldogs at their own 30. So 1st and 10 here. We'll see if the Bulldogs can kind of mount a little bit of a drive. Again, as I mentioned, if we can get Reed a few short passes, even if, just a couple wide receiver screens or something, pick up 5 yards, little things like that, stay ahead of the chains. We'll see what they do. Crawford here in the slot, uncovered. They're looking that way. Reed looking for Crawford, but just missed. Again, another 15-yard pass down the field. I think if we could just get them in rhythm a little bit here with some shorter ones, might get some things going. So looks like the Bulldogs might be going to a bit of the Wildcat type formation here. They just brought in Quinn Wellman, who's kind of the second string sophomore running back, but looks like he's going to handle a few snaps in the backfield here. Yep, that's Wellman in the backfield. So Sullivan to his right. I imagine this will be a run. Let's see what they elect to do. Fake handoff, get it up through the middle. Wellman, nice couple moves, gets up about 5 yards to the 35-yard line. Nice job there. Bring up 3rd and a manageable 5.
3rd and 5.
Looks like they're going to keep running the same formation here. Again, the advantages of kind of using the Wildcat formation, if you will, is you get one more blocker. Normally, if it was a quarterback, they'd hand it off and then they just kind of sit back and don't do anything. But if you know the quarterback's going to run, that gives you another guy to block to create a little bit more space. Nice hard count there by Wellman. Going to be offsides against the Tigers, which should give them a first down, a Bulldog first down. Right. There's some conversation whether it'll make a first down or not. They did already move the chains.
First down.
Is going to be a first down. Okay. I think they were trying to determine if the 5 yards was for the first down. They went ahead and said yes, which makes sense because the ball was at the 35. They need to get the 40 for the first down. So here we are. All right, first down, Bulldogs at the 40. Wellman still the quarterback. Wildcat formation. Wellman takes it off the right end, delivers a little bit of hit, and then pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Gain of 3.
Again, even small 3-4 yard gains, not a bad thing. You want to, for the Bulldogs, you kind of want to stay on schedule or at least not fall behind the chains where you're getting to 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 situations where you have to pass the ball. So they're going to remain, once again, with the Wildcat formation here. Wellman at the head. Sullivan is the back to his left, it looks like this time. The Tigers anticipating a run as well. Got 7 men in the box. Their safety only 10 yards deep. Wellman's going to throw. He's got a Church. Oh, yep. He's got Maldonado open. Absolutely. You bet. Maldonado, the catch. Ball out, but definitely goes out of bounds, and I think he was down anyway before that came out. Not that it will matter, but a great little play there by Wellman. Again, I was just thinking they got to have some sort of twist on this, and they did just that. So Wellman, the nice pass to Maldonado with the good catch and run down the sideline. Another first down for the Bulldogs. They're at the Tigers' 29-yard line. So a nice drive here by the Bulldogs after a tough little first quarter. Again, just joining us, and if you aren't, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. The Bulldogs playing without their starting quarterback and the all-state receiver in Rashawn Jones, along with about 6 other varsity starters. So, little bit of a trouble here on the snap and handoff. Ball definitely loose. I don't know if the Bulldogs were able to fall on it or if the Tigers got it.
Recovered by.
We'll see. Looks like it's going to be recovered. Yep, by the Bulldogs. Richards grabs the fumble there. Andy Richards, nice job being heads up there. You'll see they just looks like Wellman wasn't sure if he wanted to take it or hand it and ended up getting knocked loose there. But Richard fights for it at the bottom of the pile and saves the possession for Baker. All right, so that'll bring up third and a long 5. Second and a long 5. Wellman once again at the quarterback. Like he's going to give a little throw. Looking for Churchfield on the little 3-yard slant. Just a little short. So that'll bring up third and 5 now. Undoubtedly 4-down possession here. And when you know it's 4-down possession, you almost think, well, let's run it here, see how close we can get, or if we can pick it all up. And then if we got to throw on 4th down, we will. But we'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do. Yep, so Wellman remains the quarterback here. Sullivan to his left, going to do a little quarterback keeper. Tries to cut it upfield, hit. But not before he picks up about 3 yards. See Wellman here. Makes a nice man mitt. Cuts it outside or upfield. Then Entrican, the senior captain, left tackle for the Bulldogs, gets rolled up on. But good to see him stand up. He seems to be fine. So it'll bring up 4th and 3. Ball's at the 22-yard line of the Tigers. We'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do here. Obviously going for it, and just meaning what they elect to do as far as play design. So tight formation here. Fumbled snap. Crawford's going to try and grab it. He ends up getting it, but that is the 4th down play, which means the Tigers are going to take over 1st and 10 on the 35. We'll go hell. Well, let's just keep it right here. They're coming right onto the field. And let's talk about another one of our great sponsors, EOU, Eastern Oregon University. They were founded back in 1929 as a teacher's college, and today they serve as a center for education, culture, and scholarship in rural areas of Oregon. At EOU, students receive personal attention from their professors while building strong relationships with peers and mentors. Tigers going deep, little incomplete pass there. But for more information about Eastern Oregon University and all their programs, go to EOU.edu today. Eastern Oregon University, another one of our great sponsors. We appreciate them. All right, so after the incomplete pass on 1st down by Rodriguez, it'll bring up 2nd and 10. And you'll see Nunez there, 0 in the slot, a favorite target of Rodriguez. But they're going to hand it off to Martinez. Not a bad decision there. Able to break 1 tackle, 2 tackles, picks up about 9 yards. I think that's going to be about a yard short. Nice job here by Martinez, able to run through the arm tackle there and falls forward for a gain of 9. So 3rd and 1 here. Probably 4-down territory for the Tigers as well. Looks like Rodriguez adjusting the play a little bit here based on the formation the Bulldogs are coming with. Delgado, the running back. Play is going to be blown dead. Flag down, I believe, going to be delay of game. Yeah, going to be delay of game there. You couldn't quite hear the white hat, but a delay of game. Again, that's kept by the downfield receiver. Since there is obviously not play clocks, or excuse me, the downfield referee, excuse me, I don't know why I said receiver there. So when he kind of holds his hand up when there's about 5 seconds left, and the quarterback's supposed to be able to see that. But, so a big penalty there for the Tigers. Puts them back 5 yards, means it's 3rd and 6 here. This will be a big stop for the Bulldogs if they can pull it off. Rodriguez drops back. He's going to roll a little bit to his left. Then he's going to throw it up. We got a flag in the backfield. Pass is made and caught there by number 6, Braden Martinez. But there's a hold in the backfield, and I think it's going to be a hold. Or excuse me, there's a penalty in the backfield, and I think it's going to be a hold. So we'll wait to hear from the white hat before we give him the first down. Looks like the Tigers are moving back. They think it's coming back. Yep, so it's going to be holding against the Tigers, 10 yards. Should be from the previous spot. Yep, so that's going to send, or make it, 3rd and 16 now. So it was 3rd and 1. Delay of game sends it to 3rd and 6. Holding sends it to 3rd and 16. If you're the Bulldogs, you got to get a stop here after that. Force Ontario to punt. We'll see. Martinez drops back, going deep. He's got his man number 4 there for the catch. I think he's got a first down. That's Ethan Calderon. Ooh, he's going to be just short. They're marking him just short, so it's going to be about 4th and maybe 3/4 of a yard there. Nice coverage there by Combs, ensuring knocks him out before he's able to get the first down. So it will be 4th and 1. The Tigers, not surprisingly, are playing going for it here, given their run game potential. We'll see what they elect to do. It's going to be Delgado, the running back to the left of Rodriguez. Rodriguez pulls it, going to keep himself, and he's got enough for the first down. Squirts through, going to pick up about 15. Nope, he's going for more. He might take it all the way. Yep, he will. Breaks a final tackle, and Rodriguez picks up his 4th touchdown of the game. His 2nd on the ground to go with 2 in the air, a 44-yard rush. So he's had a 1-yard TD run, a 44-yard TD run, a 40-yard TD pass, and a 12-yard touchdown pass. So Mr. Diego Rodriguez, the senior quarterback for Ontario, having himself a day, or a night, I should say. Sam setting up the extra point here. Wasn't sure if there was anything going on, but we look good. Good snap, good hold, kick up and good. So that'll make it 34 points for the Tigers here in the second quarter. We'll take a short break and be back right after this. All right, so getting set here for the Tigers kickoff. Again, if you didn't hear me before, it is homecoming night here for the Bulldogs, so the halftime will probably be a little bit longer than a normal halftime, just to kind of give you the heads up there as they do the presentation of the homecoming court and the king and the queen and all that sort of homecoming homecoming tradition. All right, so Tigers here kick it off. Looks like it's going to be Crawford to return for Baker. Got a little bit of space here. See if he can make a man miss. Nice spin move there. Gets through. See if he can break it out. Oh, nice. Good return there by Crawford. Picks up about 26 yards on the return. So there's a flag down I just saw, but the ball was set at the 37, pending the penalty. We'll see here what that's going to do. Looks like the Bulldogs are moving back. Might be a block in the back on the return.
We have an illegal block, pushing back, 3 yards, first down.
So it was at the 37. Block in the back, it's only 10 yards. It should have been down to the 27. For some reason, they have it down at the 24. So a 13-yard penalty, I guess. However that happens, I'm not sure. But anyway, the Bulldogs now will take over 1st and 10 on the 24. Tucker Reed back in at quarterback for Baker. The last possession had Wellman running a little bit of a wildcat formation, but Reed set up in the backfield with Sullivan. Going deep. He's got a man. Crawford. Oh, just out of reach. Good deep ball again there by Reed, but just about maybe 6 inches out of reach. See, Crawford's going to make a good little juke move to get open. You see his defender about 10 yards behind him, but just out of reach.
At halftime, we have homecoming princesses and our queen in cars.
All right, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Baker. Ball's on their own 24. So 3 wide receiver set. Sullivan in the backfield. Going to hand it off, and he's brought down in the backfield after about a loss of 2. So that'll bring up 2nd and 12. 3rd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Again, that's kind of the tough part when you throw deep on 1st down. Yeah, you want to get some yards there, but it puts you behind the chains. But we'll see if the Bulldogs can connect on maybe something coming across the middle, get a little bit of a catch and run, maybe like a little 7-yard hitch with some space. So they got Maldonado to the bottom of the screen. Up top, you got Churchfield. Then in the slot, you got Crawford, I believe, in the slot. Reed's looking to the sideline for some help, and they're going to get a delay of game as he's looking to the sideline.
The I Dream of Genie call.
Delay of game, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So the 5-yard penalty will push the Bulldogs back, now 3rd and 17. And I think they're going to take a timeout. Yep, Bulldogs going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them and come back right after this. All right, so back here at Bulldog Memorial Stadium on homecoming evening as we get set for 3rd and 17 coming up here. Again, as I mentioned a little bit early, just kind of as a heads up, the halftime probably about 5 minutes or so longer than usual as they do the presentation of the homecoming court and queen and those sorts of things. All right, so Reed, the quarterback, with Sullivan next to him in the backfield. Going to go empty set. Terrio comes with a little bit of a blitz. Reed going deep. Got a couple man in the area. Pass is going to be knocked down, though. Some great defense done by number 17, Zach Bolin. However, there is a flag down. Might have got him a little bit early. We'll see what the call is. It looks like it is going to be... I think it is going to be pass interference on the defense. We'll see what the white hat says here.
Offensive pass interference. We'll go 15 yards. Repeat third down.
Okay, so it is going to be a defensive pass interference call. In high school, however, it won't be an automatic first down. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Baker. Wait. It was on the 17. They moved it to the 31. So a 14-yard penalty now after the 13-yard penalty for blocking the back on the kickoff. All right. Well, 3rd and 3 now, not 3rd and 2 after the 15-yard penalty on 3rd and 17. See what Reed elects to do. Going to run a little quarterback to the right, pass to Churchfield, and catch and first down. Bulldogs. Nice little 10-yard gain there for Baker. Again, I think Reed most comfortable those little 5, 10-yard passes down the field. Anything more than that, you know, we're asking a lot of a freshman. He's got a great arm, but again, it's tough to throw those deep balls when you haven't been working with these receivers, except for the last couple weeks. 3 weeks ago, he was the starting quarterback for the JV team. So it'll give you an idea of where he's been and who he's been working with along those lines. So Reed, a nice pass there to Churchfield. 1st and 10, Baker on the 41. Going to hand it off to Sullivan. Not much room there as they get a bunch of penetration there for the Tigers. The loss of 3 means it's going to be 2nd and 13 now for Baker. All right, so top of the screen looks like you got Churchfield and Brown. Bottom of the screen is Maldonado. Richards, the tight end. Going to roll to his left, throw out, knocked it down there at the line by number 21, Isaac Gonzalez. Nice job there. Didn't get to the quarterback, got his hands up, knocked it down. And it'll bring up 3rd and 13 now for Baker. All right, so 3rd and 13 for Baker. Need to get it to the Tiger 49, the other side of the 49. Tigers playing man across the board. Bringing a blitz. Reed drops the ball and has to fall on it. So that'll move Baker back about another 6, maybe 8 yards. And we have an injured Tiger, but it looks like to be just a cramp. He's making his way off. So we'll stay here. So the Bulldogs will set up in punt formation. The white hat should get the clock at some point going here. Called timeout. Wellman's kick is good. We'll see if the Bulldogs get a little bounce. They do. You should let it roll until it stops, which they will at about the 32.5-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 33. We'll keep it right here as the teams are heading back on the field. So at this point, if you're the Tigers, ball control, obviously they're looking to get this game going. They've done a real nice job completing some short passes, getting some good RAC or run after the catch. I don't have the exact height and weight of their quarterback, Rodriguez, but he's a big kid. Looks like... So they're going to hand it off, though, however, to Martinez over the right side. He's got a pretty decent-sized hole. He's going to be taken down at his own 49, so that's going to be a gain, definitely a first down, a gain of 17 yards.
Tackled by Keller, first down, Tigers.
So ball's at the 48.5, I guess they'll sit here, right at midfield in front of us. So again, Rodriguez, the quarterback, in the backfield with him, Braden Martinez, the sophomore running back. Makes a man miss in the backfield, takes a couple hits, and then brought down after about a gain of 5, which would be enough.
Tackled by Keller.
Yeah, so it's going to be about 2nd and 6, I think, here. A long 5, we'll say. Tigers come out. They got 4 wide. Nunez, the slot nearest to us. Martinez at the bottom of the screen. Oh, high snap over Rodriguez's back. He's going to have to fall on it. He does. So that'll be a loss, a pretty good-sized loss there of 10, 15 yards or so. So that's going to put them behind the chains here for 3rd down. So for the Bulldogs, another good opportunity to get a stop, get the ball back, and maybe make something happen before halftime. At least prevent them from scoring here. The Tigers will receive the second half kick. So 3rd and 21. Rodriguez going to look deep, and he's going to put it up. A nice little ball. He's got a little bit of man. Crawford there to break it up. Nice job there. Incomplete pass. Again, once again, broken up there by Logan Crawford. So that'll bring up 4th and 21 and force the Tigers to punt, I believe. Yep, they're going to go ahead and punt, and this will be their first punt of the game. So good stop there by the Bulldogs.
Set to punt for the Tigers.
It'll be Crawford, Logan Crawford deep to receive.
Back to return for the Bulldogs, Crawford.
Rodriguez, the quarterback, to kick. High kick. It's not going to be much of a return, but sort of short, and gets a little bit of a roll. Down to the 35. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on the 35. There's 2:01 left here in the first half. We'll just keep it right here with you. So again, at halftime here, if I'm the Bulldogs, what I'm trying to think is, how can we get a sustained possession, sustained drive going? And I think their best chance is going to be we haven't seen a wide receiver screen at all yet tonight yet at all. I think some of those short passes on 1st down kind of shorten the chains for 2nd and 3rd. Ontario's done a nice job kind of mixing up their blitz pressures as well. We'll see Reed's dropping back. He's got a man open. Crawford, though, just out of his reach.
2nd and 10.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Baker. 1:57 left in the second. So 2nd and 10, Bulldogs go with a little bit of a tight formation here. Churchfield and Brown, the receivers at the top of the screen. Maldonado at the bottom. Sullivan in the backfield. 5-step drop. Going to throw it up and not there. Tough spot for Reed to fit it in there. He's looking for Brown.
3rd and 10.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 10. But again, another 10-plus 15-yard pass in the air for Reed. I know we're looking to connect on those, but I'd like to see him kind of go with a few 5-yard passes to get him a little bit of a rhythm. But Bulldogs are going to take their third and final time out of the half. We'll take it with them and be right back after the short break. All right, so we're back here with 1:52 left in the second quarter. Bulldogs got a 3rd and 10, ball at their own 35, trying to put together a little drive here before halftime. All right, so the Bulldogs looking to get to the 45. Reed in the shotgun. Got single coverage to the right to Churchfield. Might not be a bad idea to put it up to him. He's looking that way. Yep. Sees him. Looks like they're on a little bit of a different page there in terms of what the route was. Churchfield was running a little bit of a post. Looks like Reed thought he was running a bit of a fly, but good recognition there in the single coverage. However, that'll bring up 4th and 10, which means the Bulldogs are going to have to punt back to the Tigers with 1:47 left to go in the second quarter. Again, another deep pass there by Reed. So Wellman will be set to kick for Baker. Once again for the Tigers, Zach Bolin, deep to receive. He's going to receive this one. He's got it. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. Then going to be pushed out of bounds by Combs. Looks like everybody's okay down there. Right about the 45-yard line. We'll see where they end up marking it here, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 1:37 left.
Returns the kick. Pushed out of bounds by Combs. 1st and
Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers here. 4 wide receivers. Nunez in the slot. He's looking for that. Again, that's a little 5-yard pass I'd like to see Baker do a little bit of, especially when you don't have anyone covering that inside slot receiver. So, once again, good recognition there by Rodriguez. Sees the uncovered slot receiver, dumps it off to Nunez, picks up 9 yards after the catch. Flag down, however. Looks like on the tackle. Might be a face mask. Don't want to assume. Not quite sure here. We'll see what the white hat says.
Personal foul on Baker after the play. Pushing off in the pile. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, so a personal foul on Baker. I didn't see it, but the white hat said personal foul pushing off the pile. Pushing off the pile. So, there you go. All right, but that'll be 1st and 10 now. 1:30 left for the Tigers. And if you're the Tigers now, you're thinking end zone. And they're thinking, Rodriguez is going to be brought down in the backfield, going to be taken down for this first sack of the game. That's going to be brought down, I believe that was 57, Isaac Berry.
Sacked by a pack of dogs led by Berry.
Yeah, Berry's the first one to get him there, and they get the first sack of the night. A big bring down, 2nd and 17 now. Clock's running, only 1:04 to go. Going to run a short screen here to his man Nunez, is able to make the catch, but then brought down quickly by Anderson. After a short gain of about 4, Braden Anderson making the tackle there for the Bulldogs. One of the few Bulldogs who have been injured, but is back for this game. Tigers look like they're going to take a quick timeout. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and take it with them. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. All right, we'll be right back after a short, quick break.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, so we're back here for 3rd and 13, 51 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers looking to put up a few more points before heading into halftime, and they will receive the opening kick of the second half as well. Rodriguez, the quarterback, a couple drops. He sees his man Nunez open underneath. Picks up about 10, 18 yards.
This is complete.
Nice pass there by Rodriguez. Again, always looking for his main man, Alex Nunez, out of the slot. Again, you'll see Nunez there just coming in, kind of sits in the middle, finds some open space. Rodriguez finds him, delivers a nice ball. And first down, Tigers at the 14. Clock is running. Rodriguez looks right. Going to throw, hit as he throw, which is going to bring it a little bit short there. Again, Isaac Berry, the pressure on Rodriguez, forces the incomplete pass. So 34 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 10, Tigers at the 14. So Rodriguez in the backfield. Nunez is going to be all the way at the bottom of the screen. He's out of the picture right now. And then Martinez also to the right, looking that way, looking for Nunez. Going to throw it up. Alex got it. Nice 2-foot catch. Ooh, that would have been good on Sunday. That was a great catch there by Alex. And a great throw by his quarterback, Diego Rodriguez. His 5th touchdown of the first half. Again, look at that. Ooh. Nice job there, Mr. Nunez. Gets both the feet in. That would be good on Sunday. And a great ball there by Rodriguez, too. You know, he puts enough air under it, so he drops it right in the bucket over that defender. I thought when they sent Nunez out to the far side, usually he's almost always in the slot. That might be something. All right, so the PAT no good hits the upright, which means the score will stay 41-0 here. The quarterback, Diego Rodriguez, like I mentioned, 5 touchdowns. He's got a throw of 40, 14, and 12, and then a rushing touchdown of 44 and 1 yard. So if there was such a thing as high school fantasy sports and he was your fantasy quarterback, you would be loving his stats right now. Along with Alex Nunez, haven't been able to keep track of all of his catches and yards, but I'm sure he is the leading receiver for the Tigers at this point as well. Coming up at halftime, we're going to do a quick video in the first kind of part of the half, but then we'll come back and we'll watch the halftime festivities. So if you're interested in that, you'll be able to watch those live here during halftime as well. We'll do a short kind of video as they're getting things set up for homecoming, and then we'll bring it back for the festivities as well, so you can see those if you like. But at the moment, 28.5 seconds left. I imagine the Tigers are just going to kick. Bulldogs will take a knee, and we'll head to halftime, but I've been known to be wrong before. We'll see what happens. Big kick. Crawford grabs to receive. He's got a little bit of some room here. Let's see if he can make anything happen. Gets outside. A nice block, although they're going to say a flag down.
Crawford returns to kick to the 30-yard line.
So Crawford gets it out to the 30. I think the flag is going to be an illegal block, which will move him back 10 yards, but it's not going to be much different as I imagine.
Block on the return, over 15 yards from the flag. First
So the enthusiastic call there by the white hat. Trying to figure it out.
$15 penalty, 1st and 10 Bulldogs from their own 13. That's 21.1 seconds on the clock.
Bulldogs run the play in. And there's the first wide receiver screen of the half. Picks up 5. They'll let it run, and that will take us to half. But I'd love to see more of that in the second half for the Bulldogs. Again, the Tigers have been hanging off the slot receiver about 10, 15 yards in the first half. We'll see if they elect to run the same coverage in the second. Again, thank you so much for joining us in the first half. We got a short video on halftime, but then we're coming back for the homecoming festivities. And then, of course, we'll have the second half action for you in its entirety. All right, we'll take a short break. Video. I'll see you for the third quarter.
What is up, East Oregon? This is Dozzy with EO Live Sports, and today I'm joined by LHS grad. I cannot believe he's a senior in college. The last time I had him on the show, he was a senior in high school. He's EOU cross-country runner, Christian Mendoza. Christian, how are you?
Good, good. How are you, Dozzy?
It's been 4 years.
Yeah, crazy,
Man,
huh?
And it was during COVID, you reminded me.
Yep.
So you've never actually been in studio.
No, I
Your
have.
dad's in studio like
all the
every
time.
few months.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll try to watch him.
So a lot has happened between then and now.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for your senior cross-country season. I mean, let's talk about that first, but we're going to talk about some other things. Like moving into cross, obviously there's not much of a break for distance runners at EOU. You go cross-country, you go indoor, you go outdoor. You have summer, but you guys run a lot in the summertime as well.
Yep.
What do you expect of yourself this fall?
Yeah, it's not really a whole bunch of what I expect from myself at this point in my career. It's more what I expect from the team. We got such a good group this year. We had such a good group last year and we won, and we have an even better group, I feel like, this year. And I feel like there's a lot of attention leaning towards a lot of different ways, especially from the conference and what they're thinking. But I think we have a really good group, and even the summer hasn't been perfect for a lot of us, but I think by the end of November, early November, we'll start to shine and things will start to look really good. But personally, I think a lot of good things. It's been about 6 months since I started really ramping up running. I was hurt all kind of last year, and then so I'm just excited. I've just been biting at the bone to get back, and this has been an exciting time for sure.
Yeah, last year, was it at Nationals when you lost the shoe?
Yeah, I was at Nationals when I lost the shoe.
How's that happen?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Yeah, I got about 400 meters into the race, and I knew that somebody and there was a big.
Oh, they flat tired you?
Yeah, and there's like a big group that kind of fell right in front of me, and then somebody kind of just stepped on the shoe, and I kind of had to maneuver and jump over kind of a group. My shoe kind of came off, and then I was like, oh shoot! And it was the craziest thing is Hunter Nichols 2 years prior to that at Fort Vancouver early in the race lost his shoe, and so the night before that I'm talking to him like, oh, you got to be so dumb to lose your shoe. No way you lose your shoe. Like, what's the actual, how could that ever happen and everything? And I'm just joking around with him. And then 400 meters in, lose my shoe. And then Winston Telford, now at Milligan, one of my good buddies, I was like, Winston, I lost my shoe. And so his first thing was pretty much like, well, we're going to get it back. Like, we're going to, we'll move up, we'll scoot up and everything. Like, we're going to be good. And so, I pretty much just kept it on for about a mile or so, and then after a while I was like, I can't get it back on. I can't do much with it, so I just kind of kicked it off.
And then you finished the race with no shoe?
Yeah, I just did everything I could and just fought as much as I could just with one shoe.
So wait, you kept one on. Do you think it would have been better to just kick the other one off too?
Yeah, probably a little bit, but at that point it's like the only thing you have is to react. Right. You don't have much to think about. You can't, to me,
awarded state champion in public speaking twice and has served as the FBLA president for 2 years. She has also served as class president for 2 years and is the current ASB president and NHS parliamentarian. Ashton was awarded with first team All-League and All-State basketball honors and was part of the 2023 state championship team. She plans to attend a 4-year university. Also in this car we have Brooklyn Kristen Rayo, daughter of Nathan Rayo and Kristen Griffith. Brooklyn has lettered once in softball stats and twice in FBLA volleyball stats. In softball, where she also earned first team and second team All-League honors. She has served as class vice president twice and is the current ASB vice president. Brooklyn has also served as FBLA vice president for 2 years and qualified for nationals last year in the accounting event. She plans to attend a 4-year university to major in accounting. The fourth car is a 2001 Chevy Camaro owned by Joe Zickman. Riding this car we have Sydney Lee Penning, daughter of Deborah and Lester Penning. Sydney was lettered twice in FFA and twice in volleyball, where she also earned All-League honors. She has served as FFA secretary and is the current FFA president and senior class secretary. Sydney has also been active in 4-H and club volleyball and was a YMCA volleyball coach. She also achieved FFA Junior of the Year and holds her state degree. She plans to earn her American degree after graduation. Sydney plans to study ag business at a 4-year university. With Sydney is Sophie Opal Khan, daughter of Chris and Katie Khan. Sophie has lettered 3 times in FFA, cross country and track and field, and lettered twice in ski racing. She has also been active in NHS in Baker City Christian Church, where she served a mission in Africa. Sophie served as FFA secretary and currently holds her state degree. She plans to receive her American degree after graduation. Sophie is placed in pole vault at the state track and field meet 3 times and placed once at the state cross country meet as well. She plans to study pre-veterinary medicine and agricultural science at a 4-year university. The fifth car evening is a 1966 Mustang owned by Chelsea Hurleman. Riding in the car is Olivia Sandra Jacoby, daughter of Lisa and Jason Jacoby. Olivia has lettered in tennis 3 times, where she earned second team All-State honors. She has also lettered once in volleyball, receiving All-League honors in addition. Olivia has lettered 3 times in basketball stats, once in NHS, and she has served as a class officer for 2 years. Olivia plans to attend a 4-year university to study accounting and marketing. Riding along with Olivia is Catherine Taylor Gentry. She's the daughter of Julie and Steve Gentry. Catherine has lettered once in volleyball and once in basketball, where she earned second team All-League honors. She has also been active in FFA and FBLA and is currently the senior class vice president. Catherine plans to attend a university to earn a bachelor's degree in dental hygiene. And our final car of the evening is a 1959 Chevy Corvette owned by Rocky Brown. Riding in this car, we have our 2024 homecoming queen, Oakley Marie Anderson. Daughter of Joshua and Kelly Anderson. Oakley has lettered 3 times in soccer, where she has served as the goalie for 4 years. She also lettered twice in softball, twice in wrestling, where she also earned a state championship title. Oakley has been active in FFA for 5 years, lettered once. She's also active in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and went on a humanitarian mission to the Philippines. Oakley plans to pursue a career in nursing. Riding along with Oakley, we have our pep night flower girl, Addison Sue Younger, who is the daughter of Ashley and Cody Younger, and also our card bearer, Amos Brian Rayo, son of Mary and Nathan Rayo. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our princesses and queen in cool cars. Next, once they're lined up, we'll read out their names and their escorts. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your court consists of, when I call your name, step out, give us a wave. First we have Taylor Jean Churchfield, escorted by her grandfathers, Jeffrey Churchfield and Wayne Hemmerich. Next we have Liliana Marie Wilson, escorted by her parents, Lisa and John. Just John Wilson. Next we have Sophia Marie Hansen, escorted by her father, Troy Hansen. Next we have Amelia Marion Meyer, escorted by her parents, Kobe and Maria Meyer, and her sister, Isabel Meyer. Next we have Jaden Monique Whitford, escorted by her parents, Jesse and Jen Whitford. Next we have Ashlyn Grace Dalton, escorted by her mother, Heidi Dalton, and her father and stepmother, Doug and Jessica Dalton. Next we have Brooklyn Kristen Rail, escorted by her mother and stepfather, Christina and Chris Griffith, and her father, Nathan Rail. Next we have Sydney Lee Penning, escorted by her parents, Les and Deborah Penning. Next we have Sophie Opal Kahn, escorted by her parents, Katie and Chris Kahn. Next we have Olivia Sandra Jacoby, escorted by her parents, Jason and Lisa Jacoby. Next we have Catherine Taylor Gentry, escorted by her parents, Julie and Steve Gentry. And last, our queen, Oakley Marie Anderson, escorted by her parents, Josh and Carrie Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, your court. Put your hands together.
To the Tigers, who hold a 41-point lead. Again, if you're just joining us for the second half, Bulldogs out without their starting quarterback, Jake McClary, along with a handful of other starters, most notably All-State receiver Rashawn Jones. So quite a bit down a few men here, but the Bulldogs fighting on. We'll see what they can do it here. Bolin takes the carry here for the Tigers, gets it up the left side, and is finally pushed out of bounds by the kicker Maldonado. Once he crosses the 45, I think they're going to give it to him about the 47-yard line. So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 there. So after first half action, the quarterback for the Tigers, Diego Rodriguez, number 8, had 5 touchdown, or was responsible for 5 touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 3 through the air. We'll see how long he elects to play. So Tigers coming out here. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end in the backfield. Tavion Delgado is the running back. I'm going to hand it off to him. Up the middle, stuffed for what looks like no gain there. So a nice defensive beginning here to the second half for the Bulldogs. Brought down there by big number 79, Ryan Janis. One of the senior captains for the Bulldogs. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Tackled by Janis, 2nd and 10.
So Rodriguez with Delgado in the backfield next to him. Going to hand it off. Going to try and cut it upfield, but stopped there after about a loss of 1. So the Tigers starting off running some clock here, getting it moving. They'll have on their first drive of the second half, 3rd and what looks like to be 11. 3rd and either, you could say 10.5 or 11. All right, so Rodriguez now in the back. Isaac Cervantes in the back with him. Bolin in the slot. Going to hand it off again. He's going to make his way, pick up about 2 yards. He's going to make it 4th and 9. See if the Tigers like to go for it or if they're going to kick it away.
Tackled by Richards. 4th and 9.
Looks like they're lining up to punt it away. Again, Rodriguez does both the quarterback job and holds down the punting duties. So it looks like he's back about 9 yards to receive the kick. Oh, maybe they aren't going to go for it. Let's see here what we're doing. Yeah, he's lining up to punt. So deep to receive for the Bulldogs, I believe, is going to be Crawford. Can't quite tell his number, but he's usually back there. Either Crawford or Combs. Rodriguez's kick is good. Nice one. It is Crawford. He's going to get a bounce and let it roll. The Tigers get a friendly bounce, and they'll take it down to about the 12-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on the 12 for their first possession of the second half. So Reed's going to stay at the helm for the Bulldogs. If you were with us in the first half, there was one possession. We kind of went some wildcat formation with Quinn Wellman at the head. But Reed, the freshman, starting off in the shotgun for the Bulldogs. You got Maldonado to the bottom of the screen, Crawford in the slot, Churchfield the tight, kind of close to the end there with Richards. Crawford coming in motion. They're going to give a little sweep toss. Got some room. Crawford with some speed. Gets up front, and I believe that's going to be enough for a first down. We'll see where they mark the ball. So it's going to be about 2nd and 1 now. Some nice blocking there, creating a seam by the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs in a bit of a tight formation here. Maldonado at the bottom of the screen. Churchfield the top. Combs in the slot. Reed rolls left, looking to throw. Doesn't really have anybody there, so just kind of throws it over his head. Again, always hard to roll left as a righty and then throw kind of across your body there, but looking for Maldonado. Pass incomplete, so that'll bring up 3rd and 1 now. Again, if you're looking at the clock and you're wondering, like, you just threw an incomplete pass. How come the clock's running? At high school football, at the second half, at this point, I forget the exact point total, but it becomes a running clock in the second half, given the size of the deficit. So that's why we're already at 6.5 minutes to go here in the third. They're going to hand it off 3rd and 1 to Sullivan. He's going to try and bounce it outside. He's got plenty enough for the first down. He's got plenty more as well. Taking it all the way down to about the 35-yard line. If you saw the ball squirt out there, it definitely came out after he was down. So another Bulldog first down here. Nice to see on their opening possession of the second half. Get a little bit of a little momentum going here. Again, trying to build some momentum. They're taking on Gladstone next week right here in Baker Memorial Stadium. I will be with you for that as well. That'll be next Friday at 7 p.m. So let's see what the Bulldogs can do here. Looking some short. There's a nice little 5-yard toss there. Hit Brown right in stride, but dropped. Again, there's kind of that little, within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be Reed's best bet. Take a 3-5-step drop, get it out, let him make something, make a man miss, get in space. And even if we're picking up 5 yards per play, we're staying ahead of the chains, giving ourselves a shot on third down. See what they elect to do here. 2nd and 10. Crawford's in the slot there with the white shoes. Maldonado the bottom of the screen. Churchfield up top. Sullivan the back. Richard the tight end. There's a short pass to Crawford. Throws it a little bit behind him, but there you go. Making a man miss. Cutting it upfield. Get through there, and he's got another one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Get it out to our playmakers. Let them make a few men miss and see what happens. Again, in this pass here, Reed, Crawford has a nice job coming back to it. Then he's got 4 guys there. He makes them all miss. Makes a 6th mix there. A few more and barely brought down there. Big tackle by number 23 for the Tigers, Aiden Ward. So a nice 9-yard pickup for Crawford there on the short wide receiver screen. So 3rd and a long one here for the Bulldogs. Obviously 4 down territory, you'd imagine, for them. Tigers crowding the line here. They might be coming with a blitz. They do, up the middle. Sullivan able to make a miss, and able to get upfield for about a solid 7-yard gain. Sullivan, the senior running back for the Bulldogs, picks up 7 and another Bulldog first down. You like to see this here for the Bulldogs? Again, Sullivan's able to make the man miss in the backfield, then gets north and south. Falls forward, picks up the nice gain of 7 for Baker. All right, so again, Baker on their first possession here of the second half. The Tigers went 3 and out. Clock is running given the score. Reed drops back to pass. Well, out over the head of Maldonado, going to be incomplete. Again, whenever the Tigers can get a little bit of a rush there, they force Reed to throw off his back foot, and it's been high all night, just by like a yard or so. So 2nd and 10 now for Baker. All right, so Reed in the shotgun with Sullivan. Going to throw it to Brown in the slot there. He's able to make the catch, get upfield. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Makes a little hurdle there and picks up a nice 8-yard gain. Again, the senior Alex Brown there on the wide receiver screen. Get it in space, make a miss. There you go. Again, that slot receiver has been predominantly uncovered at the line of scrimmage by the Tigers for most of the night. They kind of had a safety over the top, the corners tight on the wideouts. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that slot receiver in this half. All right, so 3rd and 4 now here for Baker. Coming a little bit of a tight formation. Maldonado at the bottom of the screen. Crawford's in the slot. Churchfield up top. Sullivan's in motion. And it wasn't supposed to be motion, apparently. So that'll be a false start on Baker. We'll move it back 5 yards. It's a tough 5-yard loss there. We're going to go 3rd and probably about a long 8 or 9.
Illegal procedure on Baker, 5 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
All right, so the Bulldogs here, 3rd and 9, clock rolling. See if they can pick up at least half of this, and then they can see what we get on 4th down here. Reed, nice catch, going to go deep. He's got a man looking like Churchfield, just out of reach there. A nice deep ball by Reed. Churchfield couldn't quite come down with it. Seemed like about maybe 3 feet, 4 feet out of reach there. Once again, if you can see the screen now, my name is Jesse Taub. It's great to be with you on this somewhat chilly evening here in Baker. Once again, just a reminder, we will have Bulldog action right back here next Friday night as they take on Gladstone in what will be the senior night for the seniors, the final home game before then they head to Crook County. All right, as the Bulldogs here come to the line, this could be the last play of the third quarter. And we get a false start here. Once again, move it back another 5 yards. This is going quick. We're about at the end of the first quarter here, but let's keep it here. I want to highlight some of our great sponsors as the clock keeps moving here. So that'll be the end of the third quarter. When we come back, it's going to be 4th and 14 for Baker. But in the meantime, let me remind you of one of our great sponsors in LeGrand, Hobby Habit. At Hobby Habit in LeGrand right now, they got Traxxas RC cars, and they are hot. You can buy 2 TRX4 MTs for $300. That is $100 off. Or you could buy a Traxxas BL2 and get an $80 LiPo battery and USB-C charger for free. That's a deal. You got to go see them. They're at 411 First Street in LeGrand. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. And as I always say, maybe you're like, well, I'm not in LeGrand. Next time you're driving through, stop by, pick something up. They really do got something for anyone there. Great, birthday presents along those lines as well. So make sure, check them out. Tell them you appreciate all they do for not only the Baker program, but LeGrand and Pendleton as well. They're one of our great sponsors. Another one of our great sponsors, let me just highlight them here as well, is Gray's West Funeral Home. They've been a sponsor for us not only this year, but in the past, helping bring these broadcasts to you watching and family members of these kids. So Gray's West and Company, their Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. They provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon their family. They're located right here in Baker City, 1500 Dewey Avenue, or give them a call, 541-523-3677, or check them out online, grayswestco.com. Another one of our great sponsors, could not do this without you. Fourth quarter action underway. Tucker Reed rolling out, hits Churchfield for probably the biggest completion of the night, and that even might be for a first down. I think it is. Yes, sir, they are moving the chains. So a 16-yard pass on 4th and 14. Reed to Churchfield. Let's take a look at the replay here. Boom, a great pass by Churchfield. Reed able to get it right over the linebacker's head. Churchfield, the nice hands, takes a hit, holds on. Bulldogs marching. All right, so a 1st and 10 now for Baker. Again, clock is running based on the score. A little tight formation here. If you're the Bulldogs, you'd love to get a touchdown, get a little momentum before next week. A little confidence for the freshman Reed as well. Going to drop back, throws it under the middle to Crawford. Just a little hot there on the throw.
Pass is incomplete.
Okay, so that will bring up 2nd and 10 here for Baker. All right, so usual 3 wide receiver set here. Sullivan in the backfield, kind of spread out a little bit more here. Brown in the slot is uncovered. Let's see if they throw it out to him. They do. There we go. And unable to make the catch. So that'll be an incomplete pass for the Bulldogs. All right, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Coming up next on the schedule for the Tigers is going to be their senior night, their final home game of the year. They're taking on Pendleton Nikiawe, which could be quite a high-scoring game. I might have to turn in to check that one out. We'll see here. Reed takes a little three-step drop, little pump fake, going deep. He's got Crawford. See if he can make a man. Nope, going to be out of bounds. So that will bring up a 4th down here, 4th and 10 for Baker. Obviously planning on going for it here. All right, so 4th and 10 here. 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Reed in the backfield, tight formation. Churchfield, the bottom of the screen. You got Maldonado and Brown at the top. Richards, the tight end. Reed looking for Brown. Going to be incomplete. All right, so turnover on downs there. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Highlight one of our great sponsors, EOU, and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back. You just missed one short play here. Again, with the clock running, the teams were coming on and off there, but we got to highlight Eastern Oregon University. They're one of our great sponsors. Appreciate all they do for the region and for our youth. The last play there was a little 4-yard run in the backfield now for Ontario, I believe. Let me double check. I believe that's number 23, Aiden Ward. Rodriguez, again, still at the helm. I doubt he's going to do much passing. He's kind of going to keep this clock rolling. It is Aiden Ward, the running back for the Tigers. He'll pick up another gain of about 3 and bring up 3rd and 2.
Keller in Churchfield, 3rd and 3.
So if we'll see if the Bulldogs can get a stop here, maybe see if the Tigers can punt and maybe get at least something on the board here before the evening is out. All right, 4 wide receivers set here for the Tigers. Going to hand it off to Aiden Ward again there. He tries to make a couple people miss. He does, gets upfield, and he's got enough for the 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. While they're moving the chains, I got to tell you about another one of our great sponsors. Again, without these sponsors, this would not be possible. So we got to make sure we highlight them. Let's talk about OTEC. Our friends at OTEC, Oregon Trail Electric Co-op, want to help to power your future. That's right. Whether you're interested in becoming a lineman, learning a trade, or attending college, OTEC has scholarships which might be right for you. There's even a 4-year scholarship to Eastern Oregon University that pays for all tuition and fees. Check them out. All their scholarships listed. You can apply online. Visit otech.coop/scholarships to learn more. Always appreciate them giving back to the community, helping these kids realize their dreams. As someone who works here at Baker High School, I know a handful of students who have been able to take advantage of those scholarships from OTEC. So a big appreciation to them. All right, so we got 2nd and 7 here, under 6 minutes to go in the 4th. Rodriguez at the helm for the Tigers, responsible for 5 touchdowns, but that is not going to be a touchdown. The Bulldogs get him for his 2nd sack of the evening here. We'll take a look at the replay. We get a couple free rushers up the middle. Both going to be combo here, so Colton Lucian, number 16, will get half the sack, and I believe Ryan Garrick was the other individual that will get half the sack. Or that might have been Isaac Berry also in on the tackle. All right, 3rd and 14 now for the Tigers. 4 wide receivers. Again, you got Aiden Ward in the backfield. He's just kind of waiting for the play clock to go down. And he's going to snap it, which he does. Hands it off to Oh, they got someone different. So this is number 7. They got Delgado back, or 1. My mistake. Isaac Cervantes, another sophomore for the Tigers there. Nice job by the Bulldogs, kind of stuffing the line, not letting them get anything going. It'll bring up 4th and 14. Tigers, I'm sure, are going to kick it away here. The Bulldogs will send Logan Crawford deep to receive.
Tigers set to kick.
Tigers in punt formation here. Looks like they're going to set up a little bit of a return here instead of coming after the punt. Rodriguez to kick. Nice high kick. Not super long, but gets a decent bounce, and the Tigers will let it roll, and it'll end up dying at about the 26-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 at the 26. 4 minutes and running on the clock. We'll see if they can put up any points or at least get a little bit of momentum here, some play calls that they might use next week. Again, next week, the Bulldogs are right back here taking on Gladstone, 7 o'clock kickoff. I'm not sure where I'm thinking that. The Tigers, however, also going to be at home, and they're going to be taking on Pendleton Nikiawe. That will be their home finale as well. Once again, it's a little bit of a chilly night here for you at Baker Memorial Stadium, but it's been fun. Want to thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We hope this service helps, get all of you out there with the opportunity to listen or see the game, family members, things along that line. And you can take a look at Quinn Wellman here busting up the middle. He's got some wheels, and he is making it miss. Nope. He's going to be caught right down to the 14. Quinn Wellman on the Wildcat formation takes it up the middle, the biggest play of the day for the Bulldogs. A big gain of about, looks like 72, I think. So let's take a look at the replay. Again, nice job by the Bulldogs creating that hole. Wellman sees it, squirts up through the middle, and barely able to be brought down there by the Tigers. So Baker is going to take a time out here. That way they can stop the clock, kind of get settled again. If you're the Bulldogs, you're trying to get in the end zone here. We know the game isn't in doubt, but this is some good momentum, some good confidence as they move in to the final home game next week. Let's take a little look around the rest of the Greater Oregon League and see what's going on this week. If we got any scores updated, anything along those lines. Should be a shorter timeout, although it may have been a full timeout. Yeah, so anyway, let's check this out. So Pendleton tonight is at Crook County. That's probably the game of the week in the Greater Oregon League, or what they call the Special District 5, technically. But Pendleton is at Crook County. Crook County currently 4-2. They're 1-0 in league. Or excuse me, that's Pendleton is 4-2, 1-0 in league, ranked number 11. Crook County is undefeated. The Bulldogs will take on Crook County in their final matchup of the year. They'll head to Prineville in Crook County to take on those Cowboys on the 1st of November. So that Pendleton-Nikiawe game, that's probably going to decide, I would imagine, the winner of the league. If Crook County can pull that off, they definitely are the favorite to hold on. Crook County just has LeGrand and Baker left on the schedule. For Pendleton, they are at Ontario next week, and then their senior night, their home game, is on the 1st of November as well. They're taking on LeGrand, and obviously that game will be broadcast right here on EO Alive. All right, so the Bulldogs, a little short screen here, trying to get something going. Nice catch there made by number 22, number 22, Henry Karamandula. So in these last few minutes here, just a reminder, we got the EOA network going on as well. You can find us on all sorts of different locations. We got YouTube, Roku, Facebook. Click a follow or a subscribe. We got great content for you all week. Everything you need to know about Eastern Oregon. Unfortunately here for the Bulldogs, a bad snap is going to send Wellman back to the 30. That's going to cause a little bit of a difficulty in getting this ball in the end zone. Again, make sure to, like or subscribe, follow along. You got all sorts of things from weather to politics to sports, all things Eastern Oregon right here on this network. Check us out if you got some sort of event or whatnot you want covered. I got a feeling that we might be able to do something about that as well. So check out the homepage. You need anything, we are happy to help and be a part of this great community in Eastern Oregon. All right, Wellman's pass there is going to be incomplete. Looking for Brown deep down the sideline. So that incomplete pass is going to bring up 4th and 22 here. So this will be a big win here for Ontario. Again, they're coming in 0-2 in league. They've struggled the last couple of years, but head coach Greg Simmons has done a great job building this program up. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to take one final timeout here.
You've noticed the Baker Bulldog band is back.
We'll just keep it right here. I suppose we only got 59 seconds left on the clock. Just going to give a little love here. Like I said, the Ontario head coach Greg Simmons, assistant coaches Matt Miha, Rich Taramanu, and Andrew Maeda done a great job with this program here. Once again, my name is Jesse Taub. It's been great to be with you all tonight and our previous weeks covering the Bulldogs in their home stadium here. We will be back, as I mentioned, next Friday, 7 p.m. kickoff. As they take on Gladstone. Let's check on LeGrand as well. LeGrand, yes, they played last night, I believe. Yep, so they played last night at home, took on Burns. We're able to get the W there, 27-14. So LeGrand takes on Crook County at home next Friday night. So you're going to want to watch that game. That's going to be broadcast right here on EO Live. Our boy Dobbsy up in LeGrand is going to take care of you for that. Wellman's going to go deep, going to be intercepted. And Dolan go ahead and takes a knee in the end zone, and the clock here should run out shortly. But once again, next week, you got two options. You got both the LeGrand home game. They're taking on Crook County. That'll be on EO Live, as will the Baker home game against Gladstone. They both kick off at 7. But I have a feeling if you're a bit tech savvy, you got a couple monitors or screens, you could even watch both games going on the same time. But either way, want to tune into one of those just for some more Friday night football. All right. Clock is running. They're not even going to have to snap the ball. So that's going to do it for the game here. A big win for the Ontario Tigers. Kind of a big moment just in general in terms of their continued improvement in football, getting back to the strength that they used to be. So congratulations to the Tigers. A big win here tonight. The Bulldogs can head back to work this week, practice it up, and see what we can do against Gladstone next week. Again, McClory and Jones, along with a handful of other starters, expected to be out for that game as well. But once again, a huge thank you for tuning in. Can't say thank you enough. Once again, my name is Jesse Taub. Our sponsors, got to give them one more shout out. Hobby Habit, Grays West Funeral Home, OTEC, and EOU. Thank you all so much. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back here in Baker as well as the LeGrand game next week. So pick your poison, all right? Thank you all so much once again. My name's Jesse Taub. Have a great weekend and take care. We'll see you next week.